It's that time of year again where the panic has set in. Finals week. And I see it in my own company with my interns. I see it with my students, and there's just a odor and an aroma of panic everywhere. And so today I've got 3 tips for next semester in order for you to deal with finals and their inevitable arrival. It should start in January, final exam thoughts. I think so many people coast through the first few weeks of the semester just reading, doing the bare minimum, when that's a perfect time to get a head start on any final projects that might be coming up or any heavy reading that should be done. You know, from my own experience as a student and now as a professor, many classes are evenly spread out in terms of the workload throughout the semester. So at the beginning, even though it may seem like there's not a lot of going on in the class other than introductory material, that's a perfect time to really front load your semester and work as hard as you can during the month of January or in the fall in the month of September to front load your work and get as much possible done. And especially in the winter term, for those of you that live here in the Northeast or in any cold weather region, it's a perfect time to really hunker down and spend those couple weeks in January and February really burying yourself in the books and getting everything you can done to understand the material and to make sure that the rest of your semester is a lot more manageable. So that's tip 1, begin at the beginning of the semester thinking about finals. Number 2, stop asking what your grade is. I can't tell you how annoying it is as a professor to hear over and over again from students, what's my grade? Well, if you use the systems correctly, the students should always be able to monitor their grade. And if you're concerned about your grade that much, maybe you need to work harder and stop talking about your grades. I think a lot of times, at least from my own experience, my 8 years of teaching, students just want something to complain about, and don't be one of those people. I think the more you talk about and get worried and hype yourself up about your grades, the less likely you are to perform and succeed. You know, my A and B plus students are generally the ones that don't ever ask what their grade is because they know that they're doing really well. So do what you can to maintain some order in your head and not ask what your grade is all the time. Just do hard work no matter what. And certainly it's on you as a professor to make sure your students know how they're doing by grading things on time and so on. But as a student, more importantly, don't panic and don't always ask what your grades are. And number 3, do projects that are due at the end of the semester at the beginning of the semester. And I know Parkinson's law says that, you know, if you're given 5 months to do something, you'll take 4 months and 3 weeks to contemplate it, and you'll do it that last week. If I gave it to you in week 1 and told you that it's due in a week, you would probably get it done then. So don't rely on those deadlines the teachers give you as the hard and fast date that you need to do something. I get so concerned with my students, but I do give them the opportunity in my internship program to take some time off at the finals because I know how stressful it can be. But in future semesters, I may not give that option. I might just say, you know, you can work 2 hours that week instead of 10, but you can't have the whole week off because you should not be crunching and stressed out the week before final exams or when final projects are due. That should be coast time. And I'm not saying coast through it, don't study, but you need to be working hard your entire semester. So at the end, it's just an assessment of everything you already learned already and not something that you have to memorize. So my tips for you in future semesters, begin in January or September and front load your work. Stop being so pessimistic and asking about your grades all the time and sweating it when you should be always doing your best, no matter what the professor assesses you at. And thirdly, don't leave final projects and final exam thoughts to the final week of the semester.